is my first car. It's a Mitsubishi Lancer ralliart. It's a 2005 model. It's a 5-speed stick shift. It's completely stock, except for an exhaust tip. Next thing I'm gonna do to it, as far as mod-wise, I'm gonna put OBX headers, AEM short ram intake, because I live in Florida and a cold air intake's just not really very good for rain and humid climate like this. It's got tinted windows. I believe it's aftermarket. I'm pretty sure it's aftermarket. The only problem is this weather stripping, which is falling apart. It doesn't leak, but I'll be replacing that probably in the next week or so. Got this car about 5 months ago, and when I got it, it had 49,000 miles on it. Right now, as you can see, that it's 52,000 miles, a little bit more. When I got the car, it had a Sony Explode head unit, but I replaced the speakers and put in a 12-inch kicker sub. Show you that. Takes up most of my trunk. Probably should have put in a stealth kit to go in where the spare tire goes, but too much money and on a budget. I got this car, I think a little bit over $7 grand, and first thing I put in it was xenon headlights. They're kind of a darker blue, but not too dark where it's not bright enough to see where you're going. Let me start it up. And if you can hear that rattling noise, it's the headers that I'll be replacing. It's, I think, right before the catalytic converter. It's like a heat wrap that's come loose. The headers that I'm getting are supposed to add more low-end torque. Oh, and I took the stock antenna off because it was broken and wobbled when I drove. So I put the JDM carbon fiber looking antenna. But I'm pretty happy with the car. It's got 165 horsepower and 165 pound-feet of torque. I think it's probably Mitsubishi's best looking engine and engine cover. But I definitely want to get rid of this stock airbox and headers. The only problems really is the corrosion on the positive terminal, which I have a new terminal, I just haven't put it in yet. It's pretty clean for an 05. No problems really. I'll be replacing this grill too soon. Make it into the mesh looking grill, so it looks a little bit more like the Evo look, a little bit more aggressive, instead of this, as my friends call it, mustache, kind of looking like a mustache. It's a really quiet car. I put a tip on it. I don't think it really makes it sound any better. It just doesn't look like a tiny little 1.5 inch pipe coming out the end. And I put new pedals on it. It had just rubber pedals. But it's a pretty good car. No complaints really. Stereo sounds really good. I don't have my phone right now to play any music. Play it through the stereo, but it doesn't sound that great. don't know. Anyways, it's a pretty good car.